Well, no hike in passenger fares in Rail Budget 2013-14. Union Railway Minister Pawan Kumar Bansal said in the Lok Sabha this morning. This year, the focus instead is on passenger safety and introducing a next-generation e-ticketing system. Remember, the cash-strapped railways had effected an across-the-board 21% passenger fare hike only in January this year. The first Congress leader in 17 years to present the rail budget, Bansal went big on poetry recitals during his 1-hour-plus budget speech.
As regards passenger fares, since these were revised only in January this year, I do not intend to pass on the additional burden to them now. Ministry of Railways would impart skills to the youth in railway-related trades in 25 locations spread across the length and breadth of the country. Practical and realistic targets, it would require a judicious mix of strategies, including liberal funding of last-mile projects and operationally important projects, including the dedicated freight corridors. 347 ongoing projects have been identified as priority projects and provided committed funding. We intend to ensure funding of these projects at required level during the 12th plan. Mountain Railways of India are the World Heritage Sites, placing India in an exclusive club of nations that include only Switzerland and Austria. We are truly proud of this and are committed to take measures to preserve them in good shape and health. Railways production units have contributed immensely to the growth of organization by ensuring for supply of rolling stock using improved technology. An ambitious target of rupees 1 lakh crore has been set to attract investment through PPP route during the 12th plan. Railways remain firmly committed to protecting the environment and promoting sustainable development and use of energy-efficient technologies. Some of new steps that have been taken or are proposed to be taken include setting up of Railway Energy Management Company to harness potential of solar and wind energy. The system shall be able to support 7,200 tickets per minute as against 2,000 tickets per minute today. It will support 1,20,000 simultaneous users at any point in time against the present capacity of 40,000 users, with capability to easily scale up as demand increases in future. To facilitate the boarding of trains and exit from the stations for the differently abled and elderly, steps proposed include provision of 179 escalators and 400 lifts at A1 and other major stations, affixing braille stickers indicating the layout of coaches including toilets, provision of wheelchairs and battery-operated vehicles at more stations, and making coaches wheelchair friendly. Indian Railways will introduce one such coach in select trains which will provide an excellent ambience and latest modern facilities and services. Such coaches will be named Anubhuti. Upgrading another 60 stations as Adarsh stations in addition to 980 already selected. Associate voluntary organizations for providing first aid services, etc. at railway stations. Provision of comprehensive fire and smoke detection system on pilot basis. Provision of portable fire extinguishers in guard-cum-brake vans, AC coaches and pantry cars in all trains. Enhanced use of fire retardant furnishing materials in coaches, and social awareness campaigns for observance of safety practices. I propose to introduce 67 new trains 67 new express trains, 27 passenger trains, 5 memo services, 8 demo services. The run of 58 trains is being proposed to be extended. To strengthen the security of rail passengers, especially women passengers, Railways have already created 4 companies of women RPF personnel. The ladies' special local trains in metropolitan cities are being escorted by lady RPF staff. Security helpline numbers have been made available. The losses on these operations continue to mount, increasing from rupees 4,955 crores in 2001 to rupees 22,500 crore in 2011-12, and is estimated to be rupees 24,600 crores in 2012-13.
We've heard what the Railway Minister, in fact, had to say in his budget speech. We've got 2 eminent guests in our News X studios. In fact, we have Mrs. Vijaya Kant, who is the Financial Commissioner for Railways, joining us on the show tonight. And we also have Mr. N.P. Srivastav, retired Financial Commissioner of the Railways, who joins us on the show tonight. But before we go to them and get their expert view, of course, let's listen into the views of the opposition and what the opposition thought about Pawan Kumar Bansal's railway budget speech.
We do have Mr. Prakash Javadekar from BJP. So budget has been presented, and as your party is saying that it's somehow a budget for Raebareli only. So what?
नहीं, because Raebareli means कितना एक जगह दोगे? उन्होंने आपको रेल मंत्री बनाया, इसकी फीस चुकाने का ये तरीका थोड़ा ही ना है। और इसलिए रेलवे देश की संपत्ति है और उसको देश भर में विकास होने का अवसर होना चाहिए। वो नहीं कर रहे, केवल आप रायबरेली करोगे, उसमें क्या मतलब है? ये करके भी उत्तर प्रदेश में आपके 10 सीट के 5 ही सीट होने वाले हैं।
Sir, this is what you have been expecting out of this budget?
Yeah, we were expecting really more because this first time the Congress railway minister was there, and they could have unleashed the real reforms through large budgetary support, but which they have not done. And depending upon only PPP, which has not been success in railways, is not a very good idea. And they are not increasing the passenger fares for now, but they will increase it in May.
So, sir, there is no fare hike, but there would be a certain hike on surcharges.
No, that is surcharges are increased right from today, but the other fares will also go up in May.
As the BJP is saying that the budget is not something that they have been expecting. This is Vijayalakshmi with camera person Pawan for News X from New Delhi.
इसी सरकार ने रेलवे को यहाँ लाकर खड़ा कर दिया है जब ये हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था का एक बीमार अंग बन गया है। बीमार बनाने की जिम्मेदारी किसकी है? यूपीए सरकार की है, प्रधानमंत्री की है, श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी की है कि उन्होंने पहले ध्यान नहीं दिया। पहले ही वृद्धि कर चुके हैं पिछले 6 हफ्ते में। तो ये कहना कि किराए में वृद्धि नहीं हुई तो सब लोग खड़े होकर ताली बजाएं, वो नहीं होगा। छुपे ढंग से उन्होंने फिर किराए में वृद्धि की है।
गोल गोल बातें हुई हैं। मेरा ख्याल है कि ये बजट जिस तरह से पेश किया गया उसको पढ़ने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं थी। लेट ऑन द टेबल कर देते वो काफ़ी था। ये आपने देखा, मेरे ख्याल है पहली बार किसी रेलवे बजट में इतनी निराशा, इतनी हताशा, इतना कन्फ्यूजन और इतना क्योटिक सिचुएशन पैदा हुआ आज के पहले कभी नहीं हुआ।
संसद के जो सदस्य थे वो नाराज हुए रेल मंत्री से और वो अंत में वेल ऑफ द हाउस में आ गए और नारे लगाने लगे। और नारा क्या लग रहा था कि ये रेल बजट नहीं है, ये रायबरेली बजट है, क्योंकि उन्होंने बार बार रायबरेली का जिक्र किया। श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी को खुश करने का प्रयास करते रहे, तो शायद वो खुश हो जाए, देश नाराज होगा।
बेकार बजट है ये, सिर्फ अमेठी और रायबरेली का बजट लगता है। किसी ने जो सुविधाएं हैं या सांसद हैं उनकी बातों को इस तरीके से नकारा नहीं है जिस तरीके से आज आपको देखने को मिला है कि इससे नकारा, इससे बेकार और कोई रेल बजट आज तक नहीं आया।
पिछले दरवाजे से भाड़ा बढ़ाओ, लोगों के आंख में धूल झोंको, जो परियोजनाएं मंजूर नहीं है उसका ऐलान करो, तो इस तरह से ये निराश करने वाला बजट है, इसमें कुछ खास नहीं है और आगे का कोई दृष्टिकोण नहीं है।
Minister addressed very calmly a very technology issue of the unmanned level crossing. He said we are going to implement 75 megawatt wind plants to energize 1,000 unmanned level crossings.
And well, let's now pose a few questions to our guests in our NewsX studios and see what they think. Mrs. Vijayakanth, I'd like to start with you, of course. What are the major financial constraints or the constraints before the Railway Minister or the Railway Ministry before presenting this budget? And what do you think were the major factors affecting this rail budget?
See, the challenges we had in this budget are our railway finances had to be stabilized. And that could come only through a process of fiscal consolidation, which we commenced in the beginning of this 2012-13. You must be aware that we had to seek a loan of 3,000 crores from the Ministry of Finance to bridge the gap to ensure that we did not present a deficit budget. And that loan, we were committed to return that loan also. So we had ensured that this year was the year of fiscal discipline. We managed to do that. We did not increase our expenditure. Rather, we curtailed unnecessary commitments. And in that process, we were able to return the loan of 3,000 crores.
We do not expend our the expenditure you spoke about. You said that there was no excess expenditure.
Absolutely, no.
Would you like to shed some more light on that?
Yes. You see, we have a huge chunk of expenditure, what we call our revenue expenditure, ordinary working expenditure, which runs, excluding pension, is about 85,000 crores. And we do not expect to exceed it in 2012-13, although the requirement is about 1,700 crores more. But we ensured that the commitments were suitably regulated.
Okay.
And we returned that loan of 3,000 crores, I'm happy to say, with interest back to the Ministry of Finance. We did not go for a supplementary, both in the monsoon session and in the winter session. For the first time in 25 years, the Railway Ministry did not go for a supplementary.
Okay, all right. Mr. N.P. Srivastava, you heard Pawan Kumar Bansal's budget today. He had quite a few things to say. Several of those things were repeated. The same things have been said in the past as well. What do you make of Pawan Kumar Bansal's budget, the Congress's first budget in over a decade?
My initial reaction is that Mr. Pawan Kumar Bansal became a victim of very large media hype. People's expectations from him were very high.
Okay.
And in the present climate of rather slow, no, I would not say recovery, but recession in the economy, to expect a very buoyant budget was not really anybody's cup of tea.
So this was the most we could have expected from this budget, as you're saying. Did he miss out on something?
You see, budget is a statement both of what you have done in the previous year and also your intent to do what you want to do in the future. So this budget is, according to me, a very important budget because certain wrong things which had crept over a period of time for political reasons into the railway financial system, that what she said, fiscal consolidation, that needed to be done. And that can only be done because there are two ways. Either you reduce your expenditure or you improve your earnings. Now, one, she mentioned about the reduction in expenditure. According to me, this budget is much more important from the point of view of certain intention to settle the long-standing question of not raising fares and not biting the bullet. You see, this is what has been done. For example, only about a month back, the passenger fares were increased, which was very important. More importantly, again, he has settled some kind of a discipline with reference to the freight increases in future because of the uncontrollable inflation because of fuel increase.
Okay.
Now, that's a very important decision to be taken. I hope they also do something with reference to the tariff regulatory authority, which has been mentioned, which was mentioned earlier also in the budget and this time also, because we need to depoliticize the tariff regulation.
Certainly, that needs to be done, and it needs to be done with extreme urgency as well. We've heard what the experts had to say. Let's now quickly get a reaction, or reactions for that matter, from the common man and commuters who travel on the Indian Railways on a daily basis.
It is a big relief for normal people, because most of the general peoples, they travel by the normal ticket, ना general ticket.
माल भाड़ा पड़ा है तो सब चीज़ पे, बिजनेस पे भी पूरा इफेक्ट पड़ेगा और आम आदमी पे इफेक्ट पड़ेगा ही. तो हर चीज़ का, जिस भी चीज़ का, अगर कहीं भी कुछ भी चीज़ बढ़ती है तो सब चीज़ों का इफेक्ट आम आदमी पे तो पड़ता ही है. Having the flyovers of over all this unmanned level crossing, it's a great initiative. Yes, we are struggling with this economy, and 67 trains, yes, it's good, but if they have calculated the risk of taking 98,000 crores less and they are doing a PPP activity, then I think out of 10 rating I give 9 to this budget.
तो तत्काल का अगर कुछ फैसिलिटी गवर्नमेंट देती है तो एज ए नॉर्मल सिटीजन को थोड़ा सा फायदा होगा. अदरवाइज स्लीपर कोचेस वगैरह में बढ़ जाता है, उसका हार्डली कुछ फर्क पड़ता है.
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है ये जो बोल रहा है भाड़ा बढ़ा है, भाड़ा बोल के तो कुछ बढ़ा नहीं है. तत्काल फेयर जो है वो बढ़ा है, उसके बाद रिजर्वेशन जो कैंसिलेशन है उसमें भाड़ा बढ़ा है. ऐसे बोल के जनरल टिकट में कोई भाड़ा बढ़ा नहीं है, इसलिए आम पब्लिक के ऊपर कोई प्रेशर नहीं होगा.
Not at all a positive one, because I don't think that it's favorable for any local passengers as such. So because the local train hasn't been increased, really I'm not happy with the budget as such. We would have been more happy if they would have increased the ladies' compartments in normal local trains.
Well, there you heard it, of course. The Aam Aadmi talking about Pawan Kumar Bansal's rail budget and talking about how it affects them and what they actually wanted and whether they were happy or not. Mr. Vijayakant, let's talk about another aspect now. Of course, the rail minister has been lauded that the prices of trains has not gone up. The fares, in fact, have remained unchanged. But there has been a lot of criticism coming in from various quarters saying that there is an increase in the surcharges. Tatkal booking has also increased. Now, this certainly is, in a way, going to affect the common man, isn't it?
See, these charges had not been revised over the last 7 to 10 years, the various charges, like clock gate charges, cancellation, reservation, superfast. And one thing which perhaps many of us have missed out is, we have also done away with the enhanced reservation charges, which was quite substantial. And these charges are basically to cover the input costs, you know, our cost of paper, stationery, to book the tickets. So they have been raised very nominally. And in the process also, the reservation charge, the second sitting and the second class have been left out. We have not increased it. So the charges are very nominal. They are not by way of additional revenue to the railways. They are only to marginally cover the costs. So I would not call it as a fair revision at all. You see, 15 rupees has become 20 rupees. 20 has become 25. And 30 has become, you know, in the higher classes, we have increased a little more. But otherwise, it doesn't really affect the common man.
Okay, okay. Mr. Srivastav, the opposition has called it a please Rai Bareli rail budget. They have said that several of the non-Congress ruled states, in fact, have got nothing, is what they've said. Now, do you agree with this, or do you believe that the opposition is just ranting on something, or just building and building buildings on just a little bit of a molehill?
No, I don't blame the opposition to pick up these, I would say, these minor points, because budget is a very major document. They have a job to do and they are doing their job. And the easiest picking is Rai Bareli, I mean, in the present climate. No, I don't blame them. The point that was, I think, more important from my consideration is that if this budget was to be a different budget, as was the expectation, that you now have a minister from Congress. You do not have a minister from Bihar or Bengal who only looked after their political constituencies. It would have been much better.
So is it even distribution right now? Do you believe that that's what it is?
I would say it's even distribution. There was no particular area which has been singled out for favor. Now, if you have something in Kakinada, something in Amritsar, or something in Raebareli, obviously, if new situations have to be created, they would be created anywhere in the country. But the point that I was thinking of was that if he wanted to present a picture, then he should have consolidated. He should have said, I have projects worth 1,43,000, 1,50,000 crores, which in a way he has said that he is going to prioritize and all the rest of it. But he should have mentioned that I will not take the non-profitable projects. Take a political stand that I will only do which are good for the railways, not good politically. So that sort of a position, so still some political schemes will be taken, some political projects will be taken. That is quite expected, and the opposition's reaction is also quite expected.
Sure. NP Srivastav, Vijayakant, thank you so much for joining us in our NewsX studios and sharing your expert views and comments as well with us. Thank you so much.